Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is the show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Today's question comes from a house cleaner who is really concerned because every time he goes to bid a job, the clients want to haggle over price, and he's wondering if he's charging too much for his house cleaning business. What is it about your presentation that's making the customer think that that is negotiable? Because if you show up and you say, here's my price, and you say it with confidence, why are they arguing about it? Are you way overpriced? Are you out of market? Are you out of range? Are you charging more than everyone else in your area? I don't know because I don't know the specifics of where you live. But those are things that I would think about before you go to bid your next job. Because if this is a recurring problem, it probably is you. There's probably something that you're doing that sends a message to the customer that says, hey, you can dicker with me on price, when probably, in fact, you can't. So the question is, how are you presenting yourself? So when you show up to a customer's house, are you sure of yourself? If you're not sure of yourself, your customer is not going to be sure of you either. So when you show up to a customer's house, this is game time. This is not the moment where you're going to figure out your business. This is the moment where you already have figured out your business, you've rehearsed your presentation, and now it's showtime. You're an actor. You're acting like you're the owner of a house cleaning company, and now you're going to present your performance. So when you show up to the customer's house, have you actually gone through and done some voice exercises? Because you want to appear as if you're very confident, and that comes through in the tone of your voice. If you get there and you're not sure of yourself and, hi, my name is Angela, and yeah, I clean houses, and you sound intimidated, they have no confidence in you. You have to show up with confidence. So how do you do that? You do that, number one, you show up and you look the part. Are you in your uniform? If you're not in your uniform, go home and put one on. It's like going to the doctor, and the doctor is dressed in a biker t-shirt. Okay, so he doesn't look like a doctor. We lose confidence even before he's opened his mouth. If he opens his mouth and he's not sure about what he's saying, like, yeah, I'm your doctor. No, I want the other guy. The other guy's more confident, right? You want somebody that says, listen, you have a problem. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to do whatever we can to make you feel well. That's the doctor that you want. That's the house cleaner that they want. So go home and put your uniform on and come back. Now, when you come back, are you like standing there, like twiddling your thumbs, standing on the front porch, peeking in through the little side door? How are you presenting yourself? Because guess what? If they can see you through the side door, if you can see in, they can see you. So you need to be standing up straight. Brace yourself on both feet. Put your feet about shoulder width apart. Roll your shoulders back. Stand up straight. And then tilt your head slightly downward so that you can make eye contact with these people. You want to make sure that when they open the door, that there you are, right? You are the presentation. Then when you start speaking, your voice should have a commanding presence. So if you go through all of these little steps to get there, and this is your performance, they're either going to buy your performance or they're not. But I promise you this, if you have an excellent performance, the other house cleaners who showed up who didn't are not going to get the job. You're going to get the job. And the sad thing is, this whole presentation thing has absolutely nothing to do with the price that you charge or the job that you do when you're cleaning houses. Another house cleaner might actually be better qualified than you. But if you put on a better presentation, you get the job. So from the very moment that you answer your phone and say, yeah, I can come over and bid a job, that's when the sales presentation starts. And so you want to make sure that everything that you say on the telephone that will get you over to the customer's house, that's the first sale, is you have to invite me over so I can bid your job estimate. That very first thing that you're doing is part of the sale. And so you need to make sure this is not a time to start guessing your rules and regulations. They say, hey, do you work on weekends? I do not. Weekends are the time I spend with my family. End of story. It's not up for negotiation. You didn't say, well, I typically don't work weekends, and I'd rather not work weekends, and there are occasions that I have to work a weekend, and don't go through any of that. Know what your rules are right up front and be very, very, very specific. So a customer starts haggling on price. What is that? What is that? What are they comparing that to? Are they comparing that to the last house cleaner that they had? Are they comparing that to someone else that came yesterday and gave them a quote? What are they comparing it to? And that's a great question to ask. So if you've done all of these other things correctly and you're in the middle of your presentation, and for whatever reason, your house cleaning owner who's going to hire you for that job starts haggling on price, just smile. Smile and be confident and say, what are you comparing that price to? Was that another company who's a franchise who has a bunch of overhead expenses that they have to meet? Is that what you're comparing it to? Are you comparing it to a mom and pop shop who only has one person who may or may not be able to show up? Is this a person who offered daily chores versus weekly chores? Is this a person who cleans by the hour and they're going to spend all day cleaning because they clean slow? What are you basing this price on? Because the truth of the matter is there really isn't an apples to apples comparison in this business. Everybody deals a little bit differently. I have braces on my teeth. When I went to my orthodontist, I said, can you give me a price for my teeth? So he gives me a price. What is that price based on? It's not based on someone else's teeth because our teeth are different. The movement of our teeth is different. What I'm going to need for my teeth is going to be different from someone else. It's the same with your house. Every house is a little bit different. I had one lady who lived next door from a client of mine, and she wanted the exact same price for the lady that lived next door. So I would love to offer you the same exact price, but the truth of the matter is you have 2,200 square feet more than the lady that lives next door to you. So I promise you, I cannot give you the same price. I promise you, I cannot do the house in the same amount of time. You have 2,200 square feet more than your next door neighbor. What are you comparing it to? So when you're very specific about how you operate, and you're specific about your rules, and you're specific about your price, and you're specific about what you can offer, then guess what? You've done your amazing presentation. And it's like the curtain call. You come out, you take your bow, people either clap and they stand up and give you a standing ovation, yes, you get the job, or they're like, it's not for me. And if it's not for you, whatever. You got practice delivering your performance. It's a numbers game, so go to the next house and do your next performance. But don't take it personally. If people want to haggle on price, that's a clue. That's a clue about the type of person that you're dealing with. So if everyone is haggling on price, that's not necessarily about all the customers. It's more about you. I would go home and look at your own presentation. If you're not sure of your presentation, write one and then go practice it in front of the bathroom mirror. Practice it in front of a full-length mirror so that you know what your whole body is doing. What does your body language say when you're showing up? And practice that and practice that and practice it and practice your figures so that when somebody says, well, how much will it cost to clean my house? The number rolls off the top of your tongue, and it rolls off with confidence and a smile. I can clean your house for only $435 or whatever the price is. And you have to be so confident in that the person is like, well, okay, I guess that's a great price. Okay, so that's it for today. If you like this tip, please pass it along. Share it, tweet it, pin it, post it, however you do on social media. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.